Yes, people, what's happening? Nice one for coming back to the Fuse UK. It's much appreciated as always. Our next guest on the show tonight, it's the main man behind all the magic, all these great shows. It's none other than the president, Mr. David Feldman. What's happening, David? You good? I think you've got your mic on mute.
What's going on?
All good, mate. How you doing?
All right, my man.
Good, man. Still on a high from our show that we put on at the weekend over here in the UK.
Yeah, that was a great show, man. But we got to go back to work now. But that was an awesome show, man. They came in, they let it all hang out. They fought their asses off, and some of them earned some extra money. Some of them earned some contracts. But it was great, man. Really, really good.
Like we all see great cards that they put on, but it's very rarely in it where it's nearly from top to bottom. Every one of them are war.
Yeah, man. I think maybe one fight wasn't a complete banger, and it was still good. It's just it was great top to bottom. Andrew Bakewell did a good job of matching that card, and we just got to continue it. It was one show that was really, really good, and now we got to continue the tempo.
Yes, 100%. We've got to. And which fighter stood out to you the most last weekend?
Pick. I was very, very impressed by Pick. He was this, I think, 5 or 6 to 1 underdog going into that, and I think he was my most impressive. I mean, there was definitely others on there that I really thought were very good. The Polish guys came to fight, and they both got beat, but they showed a lot of heart. Stevie Taylor, sensational, looked good.
Yeah. Pick Jardine, like everybody knows him up where I'm from in the UK. Like he fights all the time, but everybody knew Pick could fight and he was special, but they just didn't know. Like bare knuckles, different in it, but he definitely proved he belongs in there.
Anyone can go out there and throw punches. It's the guy that gets punched in their mouth, faces it, and comes back and wins, and that's what he did. Really, really good what he did.
Yeah, definitely. And would you say that's the best card that's we've ever put on in the UK?
I think so. I think it was the most competitive. I mean, the first card we ever did all the way back in the day, with MVP and Mike Perry, that was a sensational card too. But, since we developed BKFC UK, definitely the most exciting, most competitive, best card we put on to date.
And like, how many contracts can you give out when it's such a good card like that?
I mean, we're giving out 2 right now, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to use other guys. It's just 2 contracts that are going to fight for BKFC now, not just in the Prospect Series. I think every single guy, except maybe 1 or 2 guys, really came to fight and really deserve another shot.
Yeah, and our next show that we've got on August the 10th in Coventry, we've got the Brumtown Bombers coming back, Conatini, and he's versing undefeated fighter Johnny Graham, who's 2-0 in the BKFC UK. What another great fight. Yeah,
we got some really good possibilities for the co-main event and feature fight as well that we're working on right now. I'm working on that with Andrew and Mark, and I think we're gonna blow a lot of people's minds with some of these signings we're making in the UK.
Yeah, because I've heard a couple of things in the background, and there's people who are elite level in the UK, isn't there? Who former world champions, even higher than a boxing world champion, who were interested in fighting for the company.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's passing that phase of a niche sport or something just a little different, and now it's mainstream acceptable, and it's now a real option. Am I going to fight, let's say for Matchroom? Am I going to fight for UFC, or am I going to fight for BKFC? And it's really an option, a big option. And I think that it's remarkable that we got all these really great boxing ex-world champions, current up-and-coming prospects, and guys just starting their career, guys that were really stellar amateurs, 80 to 100 fights, and instead of wanting to turn pro in boxing, they want to turn pro in BKFC now.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. And when we're doing the prospects cards over here in the UK, for example, like the Coventry card,
and then we got another one. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, like with the main shows, can we? Is it something that we can do over here, like a press conference before the shows? You know, to build the fights a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we're going to do a lot more now. There now, we have, our deal with Premier right now, and we're moving into a different deal that's going to be really big as well. And I think it's time to do that. It's time, as we're building up these prospect shows and building up these guys that could be stars. They are, especially signing some of these guys that were former world champions. The media knows about them, so they're going to want to talk about them, want to write about them, and it warrants to having a press conference. A lot of it before didn't, only because we weren't going to have a big attendance of media, but now I think that's really, really starting to change.
Yeah, 100%. And just one of the questions, I was just going through a few questions what the people have sent in. They're saying, what was your thoughts on Danny Christie fighting at middleweight?
I mean, he looked good. I mean, I was very concerned. I was concerned that he was going to look weaker and not be himself, but he came out banging. He took some good punches. He got wobbled a little bit, came back and looked great, man. I mean, he really looked good. You had a tough Jimmy Millar as his opponent, who really came to fight as well. But Danny Christie, he just shows that he belongs.
Yeah, he definitely does. He brings it every time, doesn't he? And with Ben Rothwell, is he going to be fighting our very own Mick Terrell next?
I'm not 100% sure on that. It looks like it could be that. We're actually working on a big show overseas right now, and that timing kind of lines up for it. So we have to see what's going on with that and see if that works for that date that we're looking at right now. Big show we're planning to do in Spain.
Yeah, is that going to be happening this year?
Yeah, we're going to do something in October. Yep.
Yeah, Kushti. And is there any news on Rico Franco?
Yeah, he was. We're working on something. We just can't announce it. He's actually got a fight signed right now, but we can't announce it yet because the other side didn't sign it yet. So yeah, he's got a really, really great fight for him coming up.
Yeah, that's class, mate. Class. And another question that got sent in. I know you're a big fan of Gary Fox, just from the sheer fact that you need a shotgun to get rid of him. What's the chances of us seeing Gary Fox fighting overseas anytime soon?
He's coming back for sure. It's just a matter of working out his contract to re-sign for his next 3 fights. But I mean, if I said I wasn't going to re-sign Gary Fox, I'd be a fool.
Yeah, 100%, mate, definitely. And are you going to be attending any shows in the UK?
Yeah, I'm going to come over in what we're doing, October, November. I think we're doing November there. It's either November or December, whichever one that is. I'm coming over for that one for sure. I might come over for the October. It depends when it lines up with the Spain fight. So I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, definitely, man. I love the atmosphere. I love the vibe that it's getting now. And I definitely want to be there to pump the fighters up and, and get them roaring, man.
Yeah, because I think it's a big thing when you were turning up to the events and that. They want to impress you, don't they? Like, you were the main man that, like, with you're coming on the podcast today, my fucking messages are bouncing. Ask him this, ask him that.
Well, I'm impressed by them. So I'm glad that it's impressive when I go there, but I'm impressed by them, and I want to see them fight in person. I want to shake their hands and tell them how good they did. I want to, I want to talk to them. That's what I should be doing. It's just that I've been traveling so much. So I need to be there talking to the fighters, encouraging them, getting them to fight their asses off and be a potential star, man. And that's what this is all about. I started this whole journey was about changing people's lives. And if I can help change their lives too, then we all won. And that's what I really want to do. I want to get over there. Like I said, man, see them in person, shake their hands, see them fight in front of me, man, and give them any kind of reward that I can give them.
Yeah, and another one as well. What you give some bonuses out the other night. I heard on another podcast, just for the people who never seen that other podcast, which fighters was it who received the bonuses?
I don't have it in front of me. I'm sorry, but I know it was what was the kid's name that got dropped by about 5 or 6 times and kept fighting?
That was Cameron Hardy and Brian Creighton.
Brian who?
Creighton.
Yeah, him. I gave him if I can curse, I gave him the tough motherfucker of the night award. And he and about 8 guys are getting bonuses. I just don't have that in front of me. I'm sorry, Lou. I'm not in the same place I be. But yeah, we probably gave up about 8 bonuses. Not crazy bonuses, but just to let them know, we showed we're showing our appreciation for them to come and fight their ass off and did what I asked them to do. And because of that, they have to get rewarded for it.
Yeah, of course, mate. And what's your plans with the European side of stuff? Is it just going to be Bulgaria, or is it going to be like a continuous thing now with moving into Spain? And is it going to be different places?
Yeah, we have, it's going to be, I mean, just in the near future, within the next 6 months or so, it's going to be Germany, it's going to be Poland, Bulgaria, Spain, and obviously the UK. 50-50 on if we do Ireland this year or next year. So Ireland's about to come too. And then, there's probably 3 or 4 more countries in Europe that I want to do. I mean, I like to do them all, but we can't, right? The ones that mean something, and we're going to do that, and we're going to go wide next year. We're going to do probably 65, 70 shows. So we're going to have a lot of weekends. We're going to have 2 fights on the weekend, but we have to find where our place is in this world that loves bare knuckle and where we can plant our flag and really grow the sport in those countries. And that's what we're trying to do. We're also next year going to be doing Australia. We're opening up Australia. As you know, we did a partnership with Ryzen. We're going to have a couple fighters fight in July, and then we're going to do our own show there early next year. So we have a huge, ambitious plans for 2025. And I think that's the year that really puts us in unbelievable position.
Yeah, it definitely does, mate. And a lot of people have been asking, is Manny Pacquiao fighting bare knuckle? They've seen him on the Rising Flyer and gone insane.
Nah, he's fighting gloved. He probably would fight bare knuckle. We had talks, but he's fighting gloved on that. He's fighting a kickboxer in a all punches only match, or an MMA fighter in a punches only match. So, or stand up only. I'm sorry, stand up only. So I think the other guy can kick. So, he's going to have his hands full, but they already sold 40,000 tickets for that. And it's not till July 29th.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
And Conor McGregor at the weekend was sharing the lads' post, like Paul Venice, a big name over here who fought on the main card at the weekend. I don't know what you thought of his great win that he had, but it's great for these lads being shared by such a superstar, because literally one story share can change these kids' lives, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's unbelievable to have him involved, because when he gets behind it, when he talks, people listen, right? So when he gets behind it, it's going to blow up their following, and it's going to be great for the fighters. Paul Venice looked great. I mean, look, he got cracked a little bit, which was great. Here's what I like to say. Guys go in there and blow someone out is great. It's awesome. That's how you build up. But at the end of the day, I want to see you get punched in your mouth, maybe have to fall on your ass, get up, and then win. And that's what he did. And that's why I think he really could be a star in the making, because he showed he can face adversity, get back up, and do what he has to do. And that's what really impressed me about Paul.
Yeah, 100%, because that's what it's all about, innit? You need to know if these lads can take a shot, and if they've got it inside of them to carry on, they need to be battle tested, don't they?
Yeah, man. And so many guys on Saturday night were battle tested. They really were. And they showed that they're made for this sport. So, I really do want to thank them all for going out there and doing what we had to do and helping us grow in the UK. And I look forward to meeting them all in person.
Great stuff, mate. I won't keep you too long, because I know you're absolutely chock-a-block, mate, with work and that. But I really appreciate you coming on, mate. It means a lot to me and all the lads who watch, who you give a shout out to. And I really
support us. And we thank you for everything that you do for us, because, look, you're helping grow the sport. You're helping grow the brand. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate that.